I'm John Hendricks. It's Thursday, May 7th. Today, a public health emergency.
Manitoba continues to experience some of the highest rates of HIV in Canada.
Why health officials believe the virus is spreading so quickly in our province. Also today, the end of an era. Why a Winnipeg-founded retail chain is looking to liquidate its stores. Plus, a different kind of fishing.
We see everything from vehicles to shopping carts to barber's chairs. You name it, we've seen it.
Why a nonprofit group is hitting the Red River to pull out some unusual objects. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Mayor Lee is away. Manitoba is declaring a public health emergency over climbing HIV infection rates. It says more needs to be done to help curb the spread of the virus.
Manitoba continues to experience some of the highest rates of HIV in Canada.
The chief provincial public health officer said in 2024, the province had an infection rate of 19.5 cases per 100,000 people. That's roughly 3.5 times the national infection rate. Last year alone, there were 328 new cases, up by 186 cases since 2021. As for what's fueling the issue, Dr. Brent Rusin says it's an array of factors.
So this emergency is driven by a number of factors, one being injection drug use, homelessness, mental health issues, as well as a rise in other sexually transmitted and bloodborne infections, as well as various barriers to access to care.
Dr. Rusin says the northern and Prairie Mountain health regions tend to see the highest rates, but the highest number of cases are right here in Winnipeg. He also noted Indigenous people are disproportionately affected. CTV's Jeff Keel will have more from the province on its plan to reduce the spread coming up tonight at 6. New details tonight in that crash between a cyclist and a truck in the Transcona area on Wednesday morning. Now, it happened around 5:30 on Dugald Road near Murdoch Road. Police now say the cyclist, a 23-year-old man, remains in hospital in critical but stable condition. The driver of the truck has been identified as a 27-year-old woman who police say was driving with a suspended license at the time. The investigation is still ongoing. Anyone with information or dash cam footage is being asked to contact the traffic unit or Crime Stoppers anonymously. And we're also learning more about a multi-vehicle crash near the Jefferson neighborhood yesterday that sent 3 people to hospital. It happened at the corner of Inkster Boulevard and Arlington Street. The independent investigation unit says it's taken over the investigation as that large orange truck had been stolen and was involved in an earlier police chase. It says the driver did not suffer any apparent injuries and is currently in custody. However, 3 other people did, including one who received serious injuries. The IIU is now asking anyone with information or video footage to come forward. A Winnipeg-founded retail chain is seeking a Manitoba court's approval to liquidate its stores. Warehouse One has started proceedings which would allow the denim retailer to begin shutting down. On Wednesday, Manitoba's Court of King's Bench granted an initial order which prevents its creditors from seeking repayment. According to a pre-filing report, the denim retailer has suffered financial losses due to increased competition from online retail, fast fashion, operational challenges, and poor sales performance. Now it's insolvent and unable to pay its rent and payroll costs. The company is planning on returning to court in the coming days to seek a further order to approve the liquidation of its stores. The company currently operates 128 retail stores nationally under its Warehouse One and Bootlegger banners. We're also learning tonight more about Instead of Fishing, a nonprofit group is hitting the Red River to pull out something a little different. Looks like we're having some problems with the video, but Red River Revival was extracting a vehicle today from the riverbed in the Netley Creek area. Now, it was spotted beneath the ice over the winter. Now, before proceeding, the nonprofit group meets with wildlife biologists and others to ensure that the retrieval process won't affect the environment. A diver later hooks the frame up to inflatable bags, as you can see there, and is floated to the surface and then over to the bank. The goal of the group's cleanup efforts is to remove environmental and nautical hazards from the Red and Assiniboine rivers and their tributaries.
You know, the river's a little bit out of sight, out of mind for a lot of people, but when you actually spend some time on it, you realize how much we're polluting it.
An RCMP officer on hand says the vehicle fished out today was reported stolen in 2024. It's one of 8 now recovered over the last year by the dive group Red River Revival has partnered with. The Métis-led group is currently supported through donations and business partnerships, but hopes to secure government funding to help in its cleanup efforts. CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady joins us now with your first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. And Colleen, it appears as if the worst is now over.
Well, for the time being, the way things have been going, at least for now, right? The sun is shining. Check. We'll take that. We haven't seen much of that in the last few days, although we did a little bit 24 hours ago, but the sun shining all day long today. Winds still coming out of the northwest, so they did bite a little bit, but temperatures did get back up into the low double digits, so we'll take it. But from here, temperatures do get a little warmer as we close in on the weekend. I'll show you what is forecast to come, but first, let's take a look right now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. It's brought to you by Bathfitter. It's the CTV Live Eye, brought to you by Bathfitter, to be very precise. It is the home, of course, of the PermaFit solution. It is 11 out there in the sunshine. It's windy too. Winds out of the northwest at 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 46. The pressure is dropping. The humidity is 27%. Out in traffic on this Thursday afternoon. Looks pretty good out at Polo Park there in Portage Avenue, both directions. Now, this was about 45 minutes ago. There was a crash northbound La Jamodiere past East Mint Place. At last word, there were emergency crews blocking the northbound median and curb lane. Traffic northbound was going up on the shoulder to get around.
A Canadian mining company is halting operations in Cuba because of U.S. sanctions. BNN Bloomberg's Mirella Fernandez has more.
Sherritt International has partnered with the island nation to run cobalt and nickel operations for decades. It is one of Cuba's largest foreign investors. Washington has announced sanctions on any foreign person operating in Cuba's metals and mining sectors, so Sherritt's work there is being suspended immediately. Their shares fell 42% today. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar down to 73.27. West Texas Intermediate down to 94.81. Western Canadian Select is down over $6 to 74.47. And the TSX lost 125 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Mirella Fernandez.
House prices are up, but sales are down. Now, that's according to the latest numbers from the Winnipeg Real Estate Board. The average price of a single-family home last month was just over $499,000. That's an 8% jump from the record that was set last April and 11% more than the 5-year average. Now, while the prices were up, the 908 detached homes sold in April was a drop of 13% from last year. The board isn't too concerned, though, as April sales last year were the 3rd best on record. They say a positive sign is the increase in active listings from March to April, with just over 3,200 listings last month. A judge has unsealed an alleged suicide note written by convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The undated and unsigned document apparently reads, quote, "They investigated me for months, found nothing. It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye." Epstein's former cellmate said he found it in a graphic novel. The sex offender was found dead in his cell in 2019. CTV News has not authenticated that Epstein wrote this note. If you've been thinking about adopting a furry friend, this could be your moment. A local animal shelter says it's full right now, and it's calling for your help. And a cute pup stopped by our studio to help get the word out.
This is Thrill.
She's 13 weeks.
13-week-old husky puppy from the north, and she came in with her litter mates, Chicklet and Hubba Bubba. So Chicklet has been adopted, so this is Thrills, and she needs to get a home of her own.
Darcy's Animal Rescue Center says it's seeing a surge of vulnerable litters, and its supplies and space are being stretched. The organization is hosting a barbecue this weekend to support its move to a new space next door.
Just to raise awareness that we are moving and that we want people to come down. Hot dog, face painting, cotton candy, and we're also doing some paintball. And people can come down and see the new plans for the new facility. There's some silent auctions, a 50-50 draw, and possibly sponsor a wall plaque or sponsor a room is kind of what we're looking for to help us build this new facility. The price tag is pretty hefty.
The barbecue heats up this Saturday from noon to 4 p.m. at 730 Century Street in their parking lot.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
Feeling very blonde. There's another one. Mom, her roots. Yeah, I hope it's a choice.
Lyle Woods doesn't seem to be having a perfect day in the Legally Blonde prequel series. We'll have all the pink color details coming up after the break. Brady has your spotlight today, and it seems a well-known Hollywood actress has co-created a comic book series set in Winnipeg.
That's right. Kristen Kruk, best known for playing Lana Lang in Smallville, has dreamed up a 5-issue comic book series.
There's something about Winnipeg that is charming and weird. There's like a weirdness to the city that I adore. And when you start digging into it, that weirdness extends into the past.
It's called Black Star, and it has a historical edge. The series is set in the early 1800s, with the beginning of the Red River settlement posing as the story's backdrop. But the events that take place also have a fantastical edge.
The foreground is about the beginning of this magical group that end up having an outsized impact on Winnipeg itself and on each other, and it's about the battle to like take down a bad guy, essentially.
Kruk said the idea for the tale was dreamt up while shooting the TV series Burden of Proof in town. She teamed up with her co-star Peter Mooney, who is from here, and writer Eric Putzer to develop the story. Kruk recently posted some work-in-progress images on Instagram, and one of them included an illustration of the Manitoba Legislative Building, which she describes as a key building in the comic book's lore. She said she learned all about the Masonic symbolism and Hermetic code hidden inside the building while doing a tour, which fascinated her and spurred a sense of creativity. The first issue comes out on July 29th, and pre-orders are now available.
That's really cool. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn it into a series and they'll shoot it here.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Winnipeggers will soon get a chance to become one with the band. It's
for a full participation sing-along show that is returning to Winnipeg this holiday season. Choir, Choir, Choir is back this December with a holiday-themed performance, Unsilent Night. All ages are welcome to Phil Burton Cummings Theatre and belt out all your festive favorite tunes. The show is set for December 15th. General sale tickets are available tomorrow through Ticketmaster.
It seems the Tragically Hip could now be called the Tragically Chip.
That's right. The band has announced a collaboration with Kawartha on a special ice cream flavor. Flavor of choice, you ask? Maple whiskey with dark chocolate chunks and a black cherry ripple. Of course, it's even made in Bob Cajun. A portion of proceeds will also support the Breakfast Club of Canada.
That's awesome.
It is cool.
I mean, they're a great band. I would assume they would definitely have good ice cream.
Nothing but the best.
There's some good news for fans of Legally Blonde.
That's right. A prequel is on the way, so get ready to bend and snap back into high school.
I've had to look for other work. I found a place.
What's it called?
Seattle's Elite.
Because the other doctor's from Seattle?
Because the practice is in Seattle.
And you'll commute to Seattle?
No, we're moving to Seattle.
Here's your first look at Legally Blonde prequel series Elle. The future Harvard lawyer loses her glam teen life in Bel Air when her family moves to nearly blonde-free Seattle. Elle premieres July 1st on Prime Video.
Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your Thursday primetime lineup starts with Next Level Chef at 7. Following up is 911 Nashville at 8. Grey's Anatomy is on at 9. Then George and Mandy's First Marriage wraps things up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A look, sort of, if you can see through the almost a haze. It is not hazy out there. In fact, it's quite sunny. It's even windier. Winds out of the northwest 30, gusting to 46. It is 11 degrees, though you can see traffic is still moving pretty heavily along Keniston Boulevard.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&Teak Spa Salon.
The cruise ship, which is dealing with a deadly hantavirus outbreak, is currently making its way from Cape Verde to the Canary Islands, and it's expected to dock there on Sunday. 3 patients were evacuated from the ship on Wednesday, with one being admitted to hospital in the Netherlands. 3 people have died as a result of the outbreak, with 8 others suspected to have contracted the virus. Now, countries around the world are scrambling to track down dozens of passengers who left the cruise ship nearly 2 weeks after the first passenger died on board. A KLM flight attendant who had contact with a Dutch woman who died of hantavirus has been hospitalized in Amsterdam and is being tested for exposure to the virus. The CN Tower has been glowing on the Toronto skyline for 5 decades, and to celebrate its anniversary milestone, there's a new coin going into circulation with some special features.
I like it, yeah, it's cool.
Daniel McLeod was one of several people to get their hands on the new CN Tower 50th anniversary circulation coin during an exchange today, and he won't have any trouble finding it at night. The glow-in-the-dark coin is just the second of its kind from the Royal Canadian Mint. It prominently displays the CN Tower in the Toronto skyline, past, present, and aglow at night, along with silhouettes etched on the outer ring.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think it's really nice. It's a nice keepsake. I'm accumulating these coins here for my grandchildren. And there's one in the oven for November, so I had to get a coin for that one too.
You can snag your own coin from now through Saturday at the Royal Canadian Mint Boutique while supplies last. The CN Tower is the tallest freestanding structure in the Western Hemisphere. It officially opened on June 26, 1976.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady back with your complete Skywatch forecast. And Colleen, it seems after suffering through all of that cold weather for so long, some nice weather has finally arrived.
Well, you know what? Sunday was beautiful. I'll tell you that. But it feels like it was eons ago, right? Because ever since then, it's been not so beautiful out there. Today was better. It was brighter. Granted, yes, the sun was shining all day long. The northwest winds picked up a bit, and you can see them still here on the satellite radar. But overall, it's been a much improved day in terms of overall weather conditions. A little warmer too. Temperatures finally at, just getting back up into the double digits. A little cool still for this time of year, but all things considered, double digits is what we'll take happily. Into northwestern Ontario, a little cloudier there, sunnier around Kenora, but you can see still a little cloudier around Dryden, where there was some precipitation there earlier today. There was some light freezing rain. Even further east still, just to show you where it's gone, right around Thunder Bay there, you can see some mixed precipitation. But we won't be contending with that here tonight back in southern Manitoba. But before we get back to the border, in Kenora, it is 7 degrees, and in Winnipeg, it is 11 here. Brandon, it is 14. Melita, balmy, 15 degrees there. In the north, it is 4 right now in Thompson. Over in Churchill, it's -5 degrees. Now, Churchill is along that stretch along the northeastern coastline there, closest to a low that's spinning out over Hudson Bay, and it is lobbing some light snow back into Manitoba in that area around Churchill. Missing the northwest corner, though, and you can see areas further south, central regions, the south. We won't be contending with that, but we do get those northwest winds that will continue into northwestern Ontario after precipitation of one form or another over the last few days. It will be clearer even in Dryden. That's been hit perhaps the hardest in that region over the last few days. Later tonight, you can see we clear out, although once we do start to clear out, we get into the overnight hours, then the clouds start to stack back up. Conversely, though, the winds start to ease up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We get into Friday morning, not much change with that snow up in the northeast, cloudier, that cloud deck extending into areas like Thompson there. We may see a little bit of cloud pick up tomorrow morning here in the southeast, perhaps, but aside from that, we should see more of a mix of sun and cloud, and temperatures will start to get even warmer, even closer to normal for this time of year. Overnight Friday into Saturday, if you are in these areas, particularly in the southwest, right along the international border, you might catch a shower or two along the way. Saturday morning, that snow starts to extend into parts of central Manitoba, but these are, and flipping over to showers just like that as the temperatures warm up. Accumulations, though, aren't expected to mount very much. 0 tonight, our overnight low here in the city, increasing clouds, particularly overnight. These northwest winds, they will ease up mid-evening or so. Really, most of the night, the winds will be relatively light, though they do strengthen tomorrow. Once again, out of the northwest at about 30 kilometers an hour. That's strong enough to feel them. A high, though, otherwise of 14 degrees under a mix of sun and cloud. Into the long-range forecast we go, which includes the weekend. 11 degrees on Saturday under a mix of sun and cloud. Sunshine for Mom on Mother's Day up to 12 degrees, up to 17 on Monday, clouding over in the afternoon. 15 Tuesday with a chance of showers, otherwise a mix of sun and cloud, and then 22 degrees on Wednesday under a mix of sun and cloud. Our first weather photo takes us up to Hecla Grindstone Provincial Park. A look out onto the water there. That photo is from Cheryl, and this next one's lovely too. Now, it's from Christine. I'm not sure where she took it, but presumably somewhere within the province of Manitoba. You can send us your weather photos by email to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
For people who enjoy life in the fast lane, this race is not for you. This town in eastern Taiwan is known for its snail race. A dozen snails are put in the middle of a table, and the first one to reach the edge wins. This year's winning time snail raced 33 centimeters in 3.5 minutes. The prize, a bounty of fresh veggies. The snail race is the town's way to promote its slower pace of life. See, I was thinking that maybe the prize would be they don't get turned into escargot, but I guess some vegetables is also nice.
I suppose so.
Yes. And you know what else?
Potato.
Exactly. You know what also would be nice if you join us back here at 6 o'clock. See you then.